Hi there, welcome. This is Diane, out and about, one woman's opinion, reviewing the movie Shrek Forever After. It was so darling. I loved it. I was so visually just incredible to see the kind of animation that they can do these days. It almost looks real. It's just so amazing. Every little pore, everything was just absolutely just breathtaking to look at. Additionally, the storyline was so good. It really enveloped me. And sometimes, I wonder when I watch somebody else's review, did we see the same movie? I heard that, but I don't like to go and slam movies. I like to look for what's good in it, and maybe that's maybe that's the eternal optimist in me. But if there is something great about a movie, there was no cussing, it was wholesome, it was so clever, so clever. Antonio Banderas' character as Puss in Boots, and what happens to him when Shrek was sort of not in the picture, that was a darling part, especially his eyes and his little belly. But anyway, you'll have to see that to understand what I'm saying. The storyline was really quite clever, and the character played by Rumpelstiltskin, who was the evil dealmaker. There's always one of those, isn't there? The nemesis. Oh, he was so wonderful. He just sort of made that movie. The effects were great too. With the witches flying around and the little gingerbread man, and oh gosh, all the characters that we have come to know and love in the previous Shrek movies all had a special role here, and we got to see them in a little bit different perspective, which was awesome. The story, for us to take away a little something. I remember a book I read called Cinema Therapy about when you want to feel a certain mood or heal or something like that, then it recommended certain movies. And this is one of those movies, I think, if we are feeling like we're not enough, or that we wish our life was a little bit different, or maybe we're not quite grateful for what we have. And such is the case with Shrek. He was celebrating the birthday of his three adorable ogre children, and they were so funny, the funny little things that they did, and all the little details put into, and just moments of hilarity. I thought the writers must have had a field day cracking themselves up as they came up with one little funny quip after another. Truly, the music, oh my gosh, this music was for my generation and older who grew up in the 70s. It was all that kind of music. And I think, younger people today who will see it, they won't really recognize those songs, but I did, and I was really enjoying the soundtrack, which is, something that is sort of a superfluous consideration for me, but this time I thought, I really am enjoying this soundtrack. It was just awesome how they used the Carpenters and lots of other music, right smack from the 70s. When we see movies like that, like It's a Wonderful Life, like Shrek Forever After, we sort of maybe take note of what our own little ripple in this world is. And lest we become ungrateful, we do have an influence on people. Everything, we don't even realize, the smallest little gesture of us can set other things in motion. And Back to the Future did that too, like, don't change one thing or you can change the whole, all kinds of things that will come in the future. But that's one of the things that this movie does, is to help you realize how important you are and how grateful we all should be for all the wonderful things in our life, and even the challenges that we have. Because that's what started the whole thing, was that he was feeling a little bit like, oh, I'm just, caught in the doldrums of day-to-day living, but, I'd really like a relief from it. And so, anyway, so the Rumpelstiltskin sort of like, make the deal with the devil kind of character, and he was just adorable. He really was. He was just adorable. One of my favorite things. I hope this doesn't ruin it for you. But his hair kept changing. He had like a wig for different kinds of hair. and he'd say, I need my angry hair, just like he'd hold himself, compose himself before he was screaming, and he'd say, I need my angry hair, and then this big red hair. I mean, it was just, that was so funny. I was just cracking up to myself in the theater. Anyway, so he was just really, really adorable. The donkey was funny. I mean, you just love to love him. The dragon was cute. All the same returning cast. All had a slightly different role. Cameron Diaz was spectacular as Shrek's wife, and also as his soon-to-be future wife that she didn't realize that they were already in love and married when he went back and lost today. Anyway, it's a great storyline. It captured me. I enjoyed it. It was wholesome, fun, wonderful entertainment, and I think you'll just love it. So do support it. You know, when you have something that's good, go support it and tell others like I am. Thank you so much for watching. This has been One Woman's Opinion with Diane, out and about in Puente Hills, California. Thanks for watching.